shit, I'm the best out, and I flex now, I can't do no wrong, when Stephon and would you make it, bitch, I had no doubt, I got bad bitches here from all the way down south.
I feel like it's a lot of balancing at your age now, like trying to balance the passion projects and then but family and then just real life responsibilities and shit.
Nope. Hell no.
Wait, no one like trying to find the perfect balance?
The balance is ass. Oh my gosh. It's like, what am I doing? But I'm figuring it out. Yeah.
Where's it teetering toward? Like, what does perfect balance look like to you?
You know, doing what I can do work wise, you know, and just trying to push it forward and then just being with the fam. Yeah. Which is typically what I be doing, but sometimes it gets a little, you know,
wonky,
hectic. Yeah, so
imagine
it's all about just trying to figure it out, man.
I hear you.
Still doing it, but things are getting smoother, definitely.
I feel like I got better grip because me and Ease talk about it all the time. It's just like, you know, we got our regular 9 to 5, but then we also got, you know, you're doing photography, podcasting, trying to focus on the art and just the things outside of that. Now imagine throw a kid in the mix. You feel me? Now it's like,
yeah,
you know, that person always got to come first.
Yeah.
The moment you pop a kid into this world, that's not your life no more.
Type priority now.
My young boy, good man. Hell yeah, if you're a good parent, because there'd be a lot of niggas, you know. But I don't really know a lot of niggas like that. Yeah. And if I do, like, you know, I don't really talk to them.
I was about to say, like, you feel like a responsibility, like if your man's is like that's your best friend type shit, but he a deadbeat.
None of my friends are like that, and if they were, we wouldn't be friends. Straight up, like we all know that we're all like that. So like, yeah, man, it's a journey for real. My little man is the greatest.
I see you pick him up.
Yeah, you know, he be teed up, bro. I can do it now, but bro's mad big. Like, he got to start paying bills, bro. Like, why you took bills and this big, bro?
How old is he?
He's 2.
He's 2?
Bro, almost like 4 feet, dead ass.
Are you talking about 2?
I'm so serious.
I forget, like, I haven't seen, like, a young child in a minute. Like, is 2 years old when they start talking?
Yeah, for sure.
Like 1 to 2, depending. Yeah.
He's already running around saying whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's saying words and stuff.
Yeah.
He's trying to say happy birthday, but he keeps saying happy daddy. Just like, all right, bet, you know. Yeah, he be walking around the crib, mommy, daddy. Just saying mad stuff.
When do you get to the age where you got to be like conscious of like the music that you playing in the whip though? Or do you
be playing whatever?
You feel me? Just like,
but I try to keep it like if it's a lot of swears and like it's like blatant, I'll like turn it off. I'll switch it sometimes, but for the most part, I feel like I play whatever around him.
It's funny you say that because yesterday I was with my little cousin. Mm-hmm. She called me. She's like, "Oh, like I just got my hair done. Can you pick me up?" I'm like, first of all, I was supposed to be at work, but I wasn't that day. So I'm like, how'd you even know that I'm home?
Now you still gotta treat it like I'm at work. I don't care if I'm
not
at work
I had to
either.
pick her up. Nigga, what? She calling me. It's like you desperate. You feel me? Like you ain't call your parents. You call me. So whatever, right?
I hear you.
But I pick her up. We in the car and I'm playing Future, and then like,
wait, how old is she?
She's like maybe like 12, 8th grade. What is that? 12 years old? 13.
We talking about little kids, bro.
But still,
these kids have heard everything under the sun.
But you hear the nigga talking about, yo, I put crack in her pussy, da-da-da. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, those moments I'll be like, you know what, I'm going to just turn this off. Quick, you know.
Like a little nigga slap a little damn shit. Like, that's fine,
I'm
but...
like, if it was me by myself, I'd be like, yeah, I feel this thing. I'm like, damn, I feel kind of weird now that she just sit here.
You feel that nigga normally, though, when he said crack in the pussy? Like, I feel that, Future.
I mean, yeah. This is like, it's like, hey, nigga, that's his life.
That should make you conscious about, like, even playing around, playing your music or the music you creating now. Like, I want my kid to be able to hear it.
I'll be playing it for him. He be jamming.
You be jamming?
That'd be fire.
He's probably like the aux test type shit.
He'd be like when I was editing No Doubt, he would hear it and he would just come up to the screen and be like,
oh, word?
Like looking, yeah, it's not funny. And then he'd get on my lap and he'd just be jamming.
So he's the cosign.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a cosign.
Yeah. He's like my Rick Rubin. Feel me?
But now with the whole deadbeat dad shit, my coworker actually showed me some shit where it was like the son, you know, the son didn't have his pops in his life, but he came home one day and he went to the mom like, "Mom, I'm getting drafted," and then you just see like a shot of the dad, you know, put his hand on the doorknob.
It's like, I'm back home.
He's back home type shit. Opens the door. He's all excited. To the military. Nigga's like, fuck.
This
So
is
his
skit?
dad took him to the
It's a little
military?
skit type shit. Yeah,
Huh.
it's a little joke.
So his dad took him to the military?
Nah, the dad showed back up in his life because he thought he was gonna get drafted to the league.
Oh, and he was like, it's the military. That's hilarious.
You see where that was going, you know?
I get it.
It's like, damn, and then you showed your ass, and it's like, fuck, I guess I got to stick around now.
That's crazy.
I think it builds character, you know? I don't think LeBron could have been the LeBron that we see now if he had, like, a good
How
nurturing
you know
father in
that?
his life. He wouldn't want it bad enough. You see half of these kids, bro, they
Your
get...
father's in your life.
Yeah, but he
So how you even relate?
But he didn't give me everything. You feel me?
Nigga was still in your life, bro.
But he was still like, I see him on
As
the
a nigga
weekends
whose
type
father
shit.
wasn't in his life, I don't want to hear this from you.
Yeah, that's kind of
The
crazy.
conversation's
This nigga
done
was
right
like,
there.
yeah, but he wasn't there like
I'm not
that.
hearing that.
Wait.
At least your nigga was there, bro. Like, come on.
This nigga was like, yeah,
come
he
on.
wasn't there like
You don't
that.
feel
I
like...
remember the stories. Nigga, your father bought you Jordans, bro. My father don't even know my foot size, bro. He couldn't even buy me that if he wanted to.
Father finna whoop your ass. When he see
Come
that.
on, nigga.
What can I say to
You
that?
like,
Come
word,
on,
you was talking down on me? Like, that's crazy.
He be saying that. He be listening to the podcast like, so you told him I fucked up your haircut?
Exactly.
I mean, you did, nigga. Like, I just keep it a stack
I mean, that's
here.
dad shit, though.
That is some dad,
That's dad
shit.
shit.
You know, when they think they could do it themselves, they want to
Yeah,
save 20
that
bills.
just means he upped the level in his dad, you know, his dad career. You feel me? Like, he really just...
Nah, but if you've seen
At
the
least
cut,
the nigga
like,
was trying, bro.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Wait.
That is true. A lot of niggas don't try, man.
You don't feel
gotta
like-
give him his props.
You don't feel like because of that, though, it's like a little dog in you, though.
Absolutely. But that's me adapting to my environment. If I could change things...
You
If
wouldn't
I could have
I don't
changed
think you'd be
things,
in the position.
I would have
to be.
loved to come home and say, hey, Dad, you want to go shoot some hoops? Couldn't tell you what that's like.
You had your pops in your life?
Yeah, my pops was around, man.
Was he the type of dad who's like shooting hoops with you in the back?
We didn't really shoot hoops. But, yeah, me and my dad kicked it. I learned a lot from him. Mainly how to really operate. I feel like I learned like a lot of do's and don'ts from him because of his life and things he was into. So it really taught me a lot about myself and kind of what I wanted to do because of what I seen with him.
I think that's just as important. What not to do is just as important of giving
gonna
me the
say that.
formula of what to do.
And that's like the biggest takeaway. So either the things that you did appreciate, that it's like, oh, I also want to give that experience to my future children. And then the things I didn't like, that it's like, I'm also not going to do that. You feel me? Like, no matter what happens in this life, whenever I have kids, it's like, I'm going to be in their life. Because like, I know what it's like not to have a father there. You feel me?
That's
So
kinda lit.
I'm going to make sure I'm there no
I'm
matter
not gonna
what.
lie, that's kind of
Yeah.
lit, bro. You don't have like too much high expectations. It's like I just gotta do better than a bare minimum. I just gotta show up.
But yeah, no, the bar's not high.
Not at all. Like,
Like,
you might not
the bar's
even.
not
you
high at
just,
all. Like, I didn't think about what you were saying. I was like, what you talking
Just
about?
kind
I'm
of
like,
walk over
nah, I
that shit. You feel me? Walk
Yeah,
over
nah.
the bar. It's not no hurdle.
Nigga,
It's
I'll make
not,
sure
you
they know that too. I'll be like, nigga, my father wasn't in my life. At least I care about you, little nigga. Like, come on, man.
Jesus. Yo, what? Yo.
But then he gonna have trauma from that because he's gonna be like, damn, my dad didn't
And you
do
know what?
enough.
Y'all just got
because
beef. So
You know
y'all
what?
be fighting
He's
in the
gonna do
crib.
even better than me. And he's gonna be a great father one day.
better father.
This is kind of passing on black trauma, low key. That's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like. What are you making sure that like how? What did you want to make sure when you took the responsibility of fatherhood to not replicate based off of the way you were raised? Maybe.
Shit, I just wanted to make sure I was better than my parents were. I mean, they were great, but just, learning, like I said, do's and don'ts and just learning from others' mistakes.
Yeah.
Just trying to really just be there, honestly.
See, just do that. As long as you're doing that, man, can't complain too much. You feel me?
Yeah,
You're
man.
right.
It's about showing up. Before having one, you really think about like money and all this stuff, and that is a factor. But really, the big part is showing up. Like, that's really it.
But now it's like crunch time.
And just making sure, because having a kid really makes you see yourself, makes you see the good, the bad, things you don't want to see, and it's easy for people to see themselves and just kind of be like, all right, turn around and shit. But if you face it and you get help with that stuff, and you know, do what you got to do to make sure you're better. Things get better, and that's what it did for me. Honestly, like I realized a lot of things. You know, certain things you react to can happen due to trauma in your life as a childhood. I mean, trauma in your childhood.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, once you see that, you just gotta fix it. Really.
I agree. Hey man, let's get into it real quick. You already know we rocking. It's another episode of Bad for the Community. It's Rob the 508 Gold on the mic. I got St. East to the left.
Real nigga in the house.
I got Marquise on the ad libs.
Hey,
Nah, we got a real Boston legend in the building today. We got formerly known as OG Swaggerdick, but now he's reformed. He's rebranded. He's Marquise now. I don't know. Is that fatherhood? Is that what kind of brought on that change? I see you had a whole press conference with your manager Tim LaRue, and you did a kind of like a LeBron and South Beach type interview. I like what you was doing there.
Thank you.
What brought on the change?
It's been something I've been thinking about for some years now. I said 2017, but it was actually 2019, I think. Because I was going back and just looking at text and stuff. I do that a lot, like look at memories. But what's it called? Started back then. I was just not doing the normal OG stuff, like a lot of trolling and things I was doing.
Feel like you was growing up a little, maturing.
I guess. Like I'll still do it, you know. Like it all depends, you know. Like if it's like a show or something like Eric Andre show, like I'm down to do that all day. I love pranks and stuff, but I just kind of grew out of doing the just like running the street, scaring people type shit.
Yeah, I heard you was like opening taxi cars and
shit.
You was on some bullshit.
Niggas teed up, you feel me? It was going down, but yeah, I don't know. I just
what's some other stuff just in case you're not familiar. What was you doing out there?
Yo, I had a Vine that was viral as hell from scaring this lady. She had mad dogs. And originally I was scaring them because I'm scared of dogs. So I was like, okay, these dogs gonna chase after me and I'm gonna hop over this fence. I did that shit and they got scared of me and ran and dragged her and she was tight and I was just shocked as hell. No,
so you got this on
but I knew that shit was
camera,
gonna yeah. The video somewhere. I knew that shit was gonna go viral though. Like as soon as that
what was
happened,
you doing? You like barked back at him?
Yeah, I was like, it's a bunch of dogs here and I ain't no bitch. And I was like, hey. And them dogs
reacted and just
ran. That shit was crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You never think about like that's fucked up. You like interfering. Like this person got their own life. You feel me? They might have heard like I got cancer today, doc. Type shit.
That's
and then,
crazy.
And they got OG Swagger. They coming through.
I don't really think I scared
barking
anybody
at my dog like fuck you.
I don't think I scared anybody that had a bad day like that. And usually like I would talk to the people sometimes like after and shit. So like I'll go up to them after the video, and just talk to them and stuff. But nah, I don't think I ever had any reactions like that.
You know more positive.
She was tight, definitely.
For sure.
I just walked off. But yeah, you know, I had another video where when I lived in LA, I was just roasting people in traffic. Because LA traffic is just standstill sometimes. They was in the car and they had their windows down. And one dude, he looked like Tobey Maguire, and I was like, "Boy, you like a fake ass Peter Parker." And he was just like,
he was like,
yeah, and the shit went viral. The shit was like at 1 million plays on Vine and shit.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I had a couple,
Vine.
a couple viral like Vine moments, and then
that was era.
Yeah, also just the shit on Twitter, and then like, because I was wilding on Twitter and IG, and then it just everywhere. So it was just going crazy.
But it wasn't all negative, you feel me? It was positive.
No, it wasn't
the
negative.
nigga on the bus.
The thing, like,
those people look like they was having a good time.
I would scare people and stuff sometimes, but like I also like would do things that like made people laugh. It wasn't things that was like, oh, get this fucking nigga away from me. Sometimes it was like that, but most times it was like, all right, this shit's funny. Like
you can't deny that.
Yeah, no, it was all in good fun, definitely. So I think that's why like with me personally, when I did it, like nothing ever really happened to me. Like not at all, because I did it in fun, and I did it with love. As crazy as it sounds, like I did it with love for real.
You just trying to put.
I mean, even with like the candy, like it's mad innocent. Naturally, people are gonna be like, "Oh, like why am I gonna take candy from a stranger?" But you're like, "Nah, I'm just trying to give y'all candy." When you was shooting when you had your release party, coming off the train.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? He's just like, I'm just trying to give y'all candy.
Yeah.
Share this shit with y'all.
Damn, yeah, that was
You can't blame
that's
those.
that's
That's what I
yeah.
said. That's what I said. You can't blame
I'm not
them. 'Cause,
taking
like,
candy
Yeah,
from you.
I get
No,
that definitely.
exactly.
But I was with a pack of people. Like it was a so for Game Boy Color, that was my first project I dropped as OG Swaggerdick. We did a listening party on the T, so we took the Green Line.
Yeah.
Went from I
You
forgot
just took it everywhere.
Government Center. No, like we went from Copley to or Hines to fucking downtown, and we would just walk down the street and shit. And yeah, I was just showing people love. But I got if people like I get stuff all the time. Like I'm not slow. So like I understand like okay, if you don't want to take the candy, I get it.
Absolutely.
But I'm like I'm just giving you candy. It's like OG Swaggerdick. Like I know people don't want to call me OG Swaggerdick. I recognize that.
Just keep it
people
at
be like
OG Swagger.
People will just say OG.
Have you
That's
ever
fine.
have you ever
Everybody says OG.
have you ever heard OG Swagger pause?
Yeah.
heard Swagger Paws too?
Bodie made that up. Bodie
That's
made
mad
that up.
Oh yeah.
Bodie came up with that.
Funny story about that, right? When we was at the Nudie show,
Mhm.
you feel me? Because I had seen you right before, like the show was going on and
Yeah.
everything like that. So when I'm in the green room, I think you had maybe just spoke to someone.
Little
Right?
light flex that he threw out there.
What happened?
No, just keep on.
So when we was in,
Yeah.
so I'm in the green room. You naturally, I think you just spoke to like somebody, maybe like the videographer, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all followed each other on Instagram, and then I hear him go out loud, "Yo, who the fuck is OG Swaggerdick?"
Young Nudie.
Right there, no, like I think like somebody on his team.
Oh,
They're
okay,
like, "Who
okay.
the fuck is this nigga?"
They looked at
But
the guest
right
list
then,
or
the
some
moment,
shit?
I was like, "Yeah, this nigga's iconic, bro." Just off the strength of the name, you got people engaged. Like, "Yo, who is this?"
Yeah,
You feel
bro.
me? Like, why is this their name?
Yeah, bro. It's got me in some hilarious, not hilarious, some crazy rooms. Honestly,
yeah.
I had some funny ass stories with that. Like when I had met Russell Simmons, was like 2014.
Nigga laughing, he didn't
It was-
say nothing.
It was
Russell
mad.
Simmons, bro. Like that nigga.
Yo.
That nigga's in like
Bro.
Thailand right
know.
now.
I think he's in
Bali.
That shit's crazy. but this was before that.
Before that disclaimer.
Yeah,
No association.
We was in LA and we was going to meet the homie. He worked for All Def Digital. That was Russell's company. Didn't realize it. I just seen pictures of Ron's house and shit. I'm like, let me get to take a picture with JoJo Simmons, get the picture and shit. You feel me? And then he brings us into this room and it's Russell Simmons' office. And I was just like, it was me and Christmas and Goodwin and Tim. And we were just like, what the fuck? And he was like, this is OG Swaggerdick. He was like, that's not this motherfucker's name. Like, what's your name? I was
Stop
like,
fucking
OG
with me.
Swaggerdick. He was like, that's really this motherfucker's name. And he was like excited to meet us. And at Christmas too, he was like, fuck. Like, these names are crazy. He checked out our videos, fucked with us heavy.
Yeah.
6 a.m, he called the homie like, yo, those two are amazing, blah, blah, blah. And like really loved us. So the name has gotten
It's
me
iconic,
in
bro.
random
I
ass
think-
places. Like the
really?
Everett Andre shit. That happened
Yeah.
because of my name.
I feel like it's just infectious.
Because
the
how can you
energy.
forget it? Like that's gonna stand out. If
Yeah,
I tell you like,
it 100%
hey, my name's
stands out.
David. No, my name's OG Swaggerdick. Like first of all,
It's
you
like,
don't be like,
what?
wait, what?
You could have used a real name.
So many.
Rob is a very common name.
No,
You know what he is
David's a
about
great
that.
example. Don't do me like that. But like, how did it even come about? What's the origin of the OG Swaggerdick name?
So back in like the Facebook days and like the crew days, I don't know if y'all hip to the crew days in Boston.
No.
It was like,
Oh, like the jerking crew. Shit.
yeah.
So you was in like colorful skinny jeans. And
Yeah, I was a
okay.
jerker. So that was back in the day, and then like the retro shit too, where we was dressing like 80s and 90s and shit, boom boxes all and downtown and shit. I was one of those kids. So it was like a million of us, and we was all on Facebook, make your nickname and shit. The OG came from an inside joke I had with this girl that I knew about the boy she was talking to. It was some shit I can't remember, but
Yeah.
and then a Swaggerdick came from some shit I seen online from these dudes. It's like Phil No BEP. One of them had like John Swaggerdick or something as their name. So I named myself Jeff Swaggerdick on Facebook.
Originally, yeah.
And then on Twitter, I just blended OG and Swaggerdick, and I started rapping around the time.
Boom.
And I was just like, all right, this is my name. It started as a joke.
Yeah, and then it just
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
from there. The legend unravels. Do you remember? Hold on, real quick, because I need to let you know the influence of your name. Do you remember when we did this video? It was like a one-on-one questions, and it was all some funny shit. And it was like, if you had an OnlyFans, what would your OnlyFans name be? Do you remember what it was?
I do remember what I said. It's crazy. It wasn't even influenced by him though. It's actually because of XXX Tentacion.
Oh, because he said dagger dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I said Haitian dagger dick. But it didn't have any actual connection to him. But I can see why you think that.
Okay.
That's
How you know
funny.
XX wasn't
Man, it's possible.
influenced
It's
by
possible.
OG though?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
hilarious.
it's not. It's possible.
I think
We'll
he's
never know.
checking. I think he's checking out. But all that to bring full circle, what made you eventually have to want to make the transition? Because you said you're not feeling like OG anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, we went totally off
Nah, I
course,
love
but
where
we
we're
back
going
with
with
it. Yeah. So I wasn't doing that stuff anymore, and I was just really trying to figure things out because like I wanted to just, I was holding back creatively when it came to making music.
Mhm.
I'm very inspired by like Master P, very inspired by the Hot Boys, very inspired by like Southern rap. Just a slew of things
You
like
was
the
fucking
whole
with No Limit and all.
2000s,
Yeah.
the whole 2000s era, just inspired by all of it. So I just wanted to make stuff like that, make groovy
It
shit,
makes
and
perfect sense now. Like the cover art and everything, like it's in that style of like the juvenile
Yeah.
cover and like
yeah, I was really into all of that. My mom and my dad, my stepmom too, they were big No Limit fans when I was a kid, so I would just hear
That's all.
nothing but that, nothing but Tupac, nothing but fucking mad random shit, like Fredro Starr, fucking just mad random music. Even shit from here, like Wise Guys and Zeno, all of them. So yeah, I just wanted to implement that in my life and be able to talk about that, and not always be like, I felt like with OG Swaggerdick, I always had to be like away, like with people, because they always like seen me as like, oh, funny, haha. So I always felt like I had to like be like hyper.
Do you feel like, yeah?
Sometimes I don't want to be. Sometimes I'll be chill as hell. Like a lot of people, like outside of it, I'm very chill. People that don't know me, they only know me as OG. When they show me personally, they'll be like, yo, something wrong.
Yeah.
Because like I'll be mad quiet. And it's like, nah, I'm just chill. Like I just be laid back. My homies know that.
I got
So it's
layers
like-
to me,
it's like
nigga.
niggas want you to always perform.
Yeah, my homies know
Yeah.
that, but a lot of people don't. So like I really be cooling. So yeah, it was just a lot of stuff and just growing up too, and realizing there was more things I wanted out of all of this. It's like, I want to be on Sesame Street type shit. You feel me? Like,
Can't be on
and,
Sesame Street with that
yeah,
kind of
and
name,
then something that really changed it was I talked to Zach Fox because he used to go by Booty Math, and I was asking about his name change.
Booty Math?
Yeah, he used to go by Booty Math on Twitter.
Math.
Yeah, Booty Math. He was funny as fuck.
Put one, put two, put three.
But he
booties
changed his
together,
name
what you
at
get?
one point, and I
A lot
asked
of
him,
booty.
was it like asked him about like how he did it, and it was like same thing with me. Like it started out as a joke, and he kind of just like changed it. And I was telling him about the idea, and he was like, "Yeah," he was like, white people be scared, so I get it.
So it's a marketability thing.
Yeah.
And even then, before you even said it, I was gonna ask, like, do you feel like there was a separation between who you really were, like Marquise, not the artist named Marquise, but who you are, Marquise, and then OG Swaggerdick, the character?
Oh, a little bit.
Because like you said, people start treating you like you're like one of them fucking toys with the string on the back. Like, let me pull this nigga
I'm a
string and
I'm
perform.
a really funny guy, but I'm more serious than a lot of people realize, especially about my stuff and about like my people and just like just what I stand on. So I'm really like solid about that shit, and I feel like a lot of people sometimes will try to play with you
because
they feel like yeah, not in like a bad way either.
I'm funny how?
Yeah, just like,
Good for
just take it as a joke, not take what you say serious sometimes. And
Yeah.
sometimes you really gotta enforce it. But yeah, just a lot of that. Just growing pains, I guess. Shedding layers.
I want to ask you this now,
Yeah.
right? With the name change, 'cause I feel like when I think about OG Swaggerdick, I think about, like you said, Game Boy Color. We have songs like what is it? I want to say Supersonic.
Yeah.
You got Supersonic. You got this in London.
Yep.
That video is dope, by the
Thank
way.
you,
that
thank
Dope
you,
ass
thank
video.
you, man.
So it's like when you transition into Marquise now, is the style of the music gonna change? Like, what is that
A
gonna look
little, I
like?
feel like it'd be more elevated.
Okay.
if
I've seen No
anything.
Doubt.
Yeah, be more elevated. Yeah, I feel like everything's just gonna be just elevated. It's more calculated and just really just honing and kind of like figure it out.
What I'm really looking forward to is the visuals. I think you got like a really
Yeah, man, I'm
dope,
excited for that.
creative
Like it's
visual
gonna be
line,
fun,
bro.
but it's just gonna be like, it's like when I didn't change my style up, but I started adding certain things into it just because it made things more relatable to people. So I started thinking about that because I'm like, I would love to model and stuff and like, do stuff for brands, marketing and everything. And because I got a real unique style to me. But I feel like sometimes people would overlook it. So I would add certain things that make it a little relatable, but it was still me in a sense.
What I gotta salute you for, and I really wonder, because people of our generation had something like when music became something that was a little bit more self-sufficient, where people started like, oh, I can record myself, I could upload my own music, I could just shoot my own music videos type shit. But like, you guys didn't have as much of a blueprint as maybe the kids growing up on you guys did. So they see an OG Swaggerdick video and they be like, yo, I might be able to do this. Like with enough creativity, it's not like I couldn't do this on my own type. I don't need a big budget to make some crazy, like a still solid visual. But did you guys have that? Like what was the reference point for y'all when you guys were the pioneers for a lot of it?
Reference was the internet. Because at the time, we had pioneers in a sense, but not like for our generation. Like we had Benzino and RSO at OG, fucking Made Men, like the Antonio Ansaldi, he went by Twice Style. He was also an RSO though, so same thing, but we had all of them. They did things before us, like the Stop Snitching thing was a huge movement. A lot of people don't know that started in Boston. Jim Jones and them got the T-shirts from here, went back to New York, shot the videos. A lot of people don't know that, which is crazy. There's a lot of shit. We didn't have a connect to that. I did a little because my dad was a part of Made Men. I forgot what he did, but he was also a part of Let Us Live Entertainment too, which was with the Stop Snitching shirts and stuff. So I seen that, but I didn't know those dudes because my dad moved to Alabama. So like, I didn't stay in contact with him. So we kind of did our own thing, but I think our reference was the internet because back then it was a different time. Like you had us and we were like jerkers and stuff as kids, but like when it came to hip hop, it was like really hyper masculine and hyper like thugged out. You feel me? So it was hard, like especially growing up as a kid. Like for me, my dad, he's a great guy. He was in the streets though, so like growing up, I kind of like looked at that and was like, that's not something I want to do, because I'm not like that at all. You feel me? Like I'll fight if I have to, but I don't really want to. You feel me?
That's good.
So so it's one of those things where it's like I just realized at a young age like the street shit was not fun, and I was obsessed with like LA gang documentaries because I was obsessed with California, just because like I appreciated like their style and like how they moved and how they held themselves to like a certain standard. Like LA gang members back then, like they really like they took heed to like how they were, like worked out and all that stuff, like creases in their clothes and all that, like down to their styles and everything. There's a lot of like history. So watching them documentaries, I was like, man, that's just depressing. The fuck? I'm like, the beginning is fun. Everybody's like, hey, everybody throwing gang signs up, and then at the end of it, everybody dead.
This nigga killed this nigga.
Everybody dead, and you just like,
this nigga
damn,
stealing money.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, damn, the nigga that had my favorite Crip walk, he dead. So you get sad about that shit.
I know universally, everybody is a kid. You rep something. Not saying you knew what the fuck was going on, but your friends was like, you a blood, you a Crip. Which one was you?
Well, naturally, I was always walking around. I'm a Zoe, cause I am a Zoe. You feel me? So
I was none of that. But yeah, I just realized as a kid, like, bro, street niggas can go nowhere. They are paranoid as fuck, and like, you got to stay in the house.
It's not a fun lifestyle,
I like to go places, and like at the time, all I did was like, because my mom was out working a lot, I watched my brothers and sisters, so I never went out like that. So I was like, man, when I go out, I ain't doing shit to get my ass in trouble. Fuck that. Because I love my freedom and shit. So
that's I think the biggest part.
Yeah.
Your freedom is
that,
at risk.
that taught me at a young age just like what I wanted to do. So like 2009 and shit, when the jerking movement was happening, I was very positive and stuff. So I was able to have an outlet And then through like dressing and stuff, and when I heard Lil B and Art of Future, shit just was like, that was a change.
Makes
For
sense.
me personally, that's like how we all got cool. Me, Stiz, Christmas, Replay, all of that. With Tim, Love for Lil B, yeah. Me and Stiz knew each other since kids, but my homies and his homies didn't get along. I didn't really know about shit because it like stemmed from like early ages, I guess. And nigga, we was like, nigga, we are 17. I was like, if nobody's getting shot, stabbed, I was like, this shit ain't serious. But they fucked with me heavy. They were like, they really fucked with me. They were like, you know, like I fuck with you. Like, you a cool ass nigga.
Man's a bitch, but
no, it was like, yo, I don't really fuck with you people like that, but you cool. Like it was like that, like a lot of the, I guess, people, like everybody knew each other, Boston small.
Yeah, of course.
So like some of them niggas was related and shit. So like it was like, bro, it wasn't in my eyes. I was like, I don't feel like it's that serious. We all kids.
That one story's crazy.
It'd be like that. But I was like, we all kids. Like it didn't seem serious to me. So I was just like, I don't really care about this.
Yeah.
So we were cool, but not like how we are now.
Mm-hmm.
That happened, I feel like, through Lil B.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when that shit came out though,
Bass God, man.
I was like, nigga, you can rap about whatever you want. I was like, oh, nigga, I'm teed up. So I started freestyling and shit, and I started smoking around that time. And I was freestyling. It was like, my homies would be like, yo, like that shit was actually fire. So like from then on, I was just like, around the time I was in culinary school, cooking and shit, and I realized I wanted to do music.
Mm-hmm.
So I graduated and I continued doing music and shit. But yeah, we had no blueprint but the internet, and I think that really helped us all.
A couple weeks ago, we had Caev on, and he was giving you his flowers based off of just you were the person that showed a lot of people that like you can really be yourself in this shit and be successful doing so.
Bro, how did I feel? He said you was like a black Jesus, bro.
That's hilarious.
How'd you feel? I feel like that's like the best compliment you can hear, nigga. Like,
that's just why I was like, Jesus, that's crazy. Because I was like, I'm not gonna compare myself to Jesus, but
he says it.
But yeah, shout out Caev, man. That's my dog for real. It was an honor. I really appreciate that compliment, man, for real. Because I definitely was really out here getting hate. That shit was funny. When I first came out, niggas hated me just because of my name alone. It was like, who the fuck is this? Yo, there was a freestyle competition on the radio, and I was on the competition, and I trolled the shit out of it. Freestyled off the dome, and ain't curse, and niggas was tight. They were like, bro, Christmas freestyled and not freestyled off the dome. Niggas was heated. They were like, they fucked with Christmas, and they was like, who the fuck is this? Who is OG Swaggerdick? What the fuck is he saying? I had everybody laughing, though, and that, like, niggas will still remember that shit. You
I'm about to say, don't never forget that though.
But people were pissed when I first came out. And once I dropped my first project, I felt like niggas was like, all right, we fuck with this nigga. Like by the time my first project came out, niggas loved me because like you wasn't gonna do like I wasn't going nowhere, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I'm right here. I'm gonna be this the next day. I'm gonna be this the day after that.
Facts.
And that's what it is. So like, I don't give a fuck if you like me, nigga, fuck you. If you don't like me, nigga, fuck you. That's how I felt on some Birdman shit. But for real though,
you feel like that also came from like the success coming your way, and then you kind of see how people shift their perspective based off of that.
I feel like it was cause I get it, cause the name.
But the name's not enough to make you.
I don't know. I think a lot of niggas.
It was
too,
a
bro.
name, and it was how I was, bro. I was like, bro. I was what was I? 22 at the time. I had the brain of a 13-year-old. So like, I was all over the place, but niggas got it because it was out of love, and like it was like this nigga is like, he's not a bad person. Like he good dude. He
can't do no harm.
Yeah.
It's like
so like everybody got it, and like. It ended up, niggas ended up fucking with me and shit. But yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah.
But no, you brought up something that I think was interesting when you talking about like pioneers to us. You feel me? People that we can now reference and stuff like that. I feel like you know, Stiz, Christmas, Replay, and I'm sure a bunch of other people that we just may not be privy to,
Nick
right?
Gray.
There we go.
Shit. Yep. Dutch. Av. Around the time. Who else? Like that, and that's before us. Like Dutch, Av, Caev, I would say. Caev's been I met Caev. He was performing. I wasn't a rapper yet. So I would say Caev. I'm probably gonna forget people because that's just how it happened naturally. But who else? God. Around that time, him and the Chef Boys had a huge movement like 2011 and shit. Like when we was all kids, that shit was it was fun, bro. They were like, because they was all in
the other niggas.
They was all in college and shit.
Oh, Mouthy?
Mouthy, yeah, but that was before. I feel like Mouthy was before. I wouldn't say all of us because probably like not before Av and Dutch, but like Mouthy was before us. And then I feel like after Mouthy it was like God when he was going by Big D. Him and the Chef Boys, they had like a huge movement. Yeah, bro. The movement was fun though. The movement was fun for real. Like as kids, like.
See, this is what I wanted to know, right? Like during like all that, I feel like this was roughly around like 2016, 2017, where you guys have like a lot of motion. Or like, did you ever feel like, oh, there's actually a lot of people like outside of Massachusetts like paying attention to us?
Well, what I'm talking about, it was like around 2012 when Tim did 12 for 12.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. I forgot Reem, my nigga Reem Scully, bro.
Yeah, I heard of him.
He was out here. Yeah, bro. Reem's nice as hell. Reem is very nice, bro. Yeah, but he had a crew called TGC, and my homie Rams, my homie Mars, they was a part of that shit. Rams threw a lot of parties back in the day, some legendary parties and shit. And he had his own, he did his thing with music and shit. He was very, I feel like he was very creative. He reminded me kind of, like he was more like his music was wild, but like the shit he's very artistic. And he's very like creative, just like in a visual way. So I feel like in his music, like you could kind of like hear that shit. Like it was just like sounds, but like shit
it's just crazy because I feel like in that moment, and maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think most people in that moment are thinking about like, oh, 10 years from now, there's gonna be a whole new wave of kids running around. It's like we've like influenced them to be like, oh, this is possible. Like we could do this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like how does that feel knowing like I'm a part of something that's so much bigger now?
That's just cool. I don't know, bro, because we was all fucking goofy ass kids, bro. We wasn't thinking like we're gonna change the landscape. We were just like, bro, fuck all these old niggas. We doing what we want. But like we just had that mentality at the time because we ain't know any of the old niggas, and the old niggas didn't know us. So it was just really like a disconnect. But we linked people like, what's it called? Dart Adams, bro. I grew to love Dart Adams. Like that is my favorite person here, bro. Fucking, I remember being younger and because he's very like cultured and like into hip hop and stuff. So being younger, I fucking be like Odd Future, like fuck that old hip hop shit, you know, blah blah blah. But I grew to like just see what he's really doing, bro. And especially being at this age now, I appreciate it so much more than when I was like 22. It's like that shit's important, bro, because like there's a lot of like history when it comes to black people in Boston, and they don't really showcase that to the world. And he's really an important figure, bro. Like for us, like he is like a walking historian. You feel me? Like he knows. I feel like he knows everything, bro. Like I just want to sit with him for like a good like 2 hours and just pick his brain, bro, and just be wowed by stories. Because I feel like that nigga got so many crazy ass stories, bro. No bullshit. But he's a very important person here. I forgot what we were saying. I want to.
No more so. Back. I mean, I feel like you're touching on it. Just like having like the influence to like really shape the people who are coming after you, like the kids coming up.
Yeah. So like just having him like just makes me realize like that's gonna be like us in a sense, because like people might not understand it now, but then they might grow older and really fuck with it. And for us, like when we were kids, we knew we were doing stuff that people weren't doing, and it was cool and it was fun, you know, being in all these rooms and meeting all these people and stuff, and just being at these events and just like seeing shit with your friends. Like that was a big part of it, like being there with your friends. Like that wasn't a thing that was done, and like our shit was so natural that people thought like it was like there was money behind it type shit. Like with Stiz, like people thought like, yo, like what's his deal, blah blah blah, and it was just like, nah, like bro, niggas are just
working
off
hard.
the strength, out the blood, bro. Like even with Christmas, like I remember people in LA be like, yo, so like what's their deal? Because a lot of people like pop out the woodworks and they got some type of connection to the industry. None of us did, bro.
Well, he eventually opened up for like Mac Miller at times.
Yeah, bro. Shouts out Mac, man. That was a homie. Bro, rest in peace, man. That was a really good dude, bro. One of the most genuine people you would ever meet in music. For real, bro. Bro, me, Christmas, and Stiz watched him bring Ja Rule out and perform, living it up. That shit was crazy. Being kids from that time and seeing that shit, bro, that was like our childhood. But seeing that with them too, like that shit made it more special. But yeah, being a part of this is just fire, bro. It's fire to be able to like do stuff with your friends and just create history.
I'm thinking about what you're saying, right? People being like, oh, like there's something going on behind the scenes and everything like that. Do you feel like maybe even for you, this was a moment where it's like, oh, like this shit's actually very, you know, like real, like the Boiler Room, where you replay, Stiz, like you guys had that moment. Like, what was that like? How did that even come together?
Man, so it's a lot of. I actually wrote an article about this. It's gonna come out soon, I think. But
Yeah, first, right here.
So it stems from basically like 2015. I was moving to LA, and the homie Rams was like, "I want to throw you a going away party." I'm not really a partier. I was like, "I want to do a show." Yeah, I was like, "I want to do a show." So I was looking to do a show, and the homie Hassan Barclay, he had to connect to Thieves Grotto. He went to like he was around all those like artsy kids and stuff, like mass art. So they reached out to him. He told me, and then we linked with them, me, him, and Rams. And that was the first like underground hip hop show like that was in a basement because that shit was like punk rock and heavy metal. That's what they did. Usually, right? So they wanted to do a first hip hop show, and they wanted to do it with me. So I threw Caev, I threw Fat P, and Caev was going by the same OD at the time. I met him through Hassan too, and we immediately clicked like as soon as we met. Yeah, and I just listening to his music, I was just like, bro, this nigga's a genius. I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like his shit was just his earlier shit was just like because it was just it reminded me of like Tyler and his Bastard era, and like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye. Like it was just like a mixture of like that type of shit, and that shit was just crazy. But yeah, I wanted him to perform, and then Fat P, he fucking I seen him at a show we did, and his shit was just he had a bounce to his beats, and Marco was producing them. And his shit would just remind me of No Limit. So I like really took like heed to it and just his style. Like it just reminded me of me in a sense. So I really wanted him to be a part of it too. And I got Mui from Smash Bros and Reef to DJ. You know, just getting all the homies, bro. And we threw that show. That shit was crazy. And then after that, moved to LA. Then Christmas did a Thieves Grotto show. And I believe Stiz did one. And then after that, I threw a do-rag party, white hat do-rag party. So basically, to get in, you had to have a white hat on or a do-rag. Because, like, I was really doing the whole do-rag shit, like, before, like, it became a thing. Like, I was doing all the colors. Yeah, I had, like, the colors and all that shit. So, like, I had a party in order to get in. It was a secret location. You had to have the thing. So that shit went crazy. Like it was capacity. People was at the door trying to get in. The dudes that was running the house was like a little heated. It's like, bro, like we can't let nobody else in. And I was getting everybody in, bro. That shit was nuts. Yeah. So from there, like it just started brewing a movement of like basement shows and shit. And other people started doing them. What's it called? And then Boiler Room happened because I guess Christmas was in New York and he did a Boiler Room show. He went to the office, met the dudes. They fucked with him heavy, and they wanted to do something with him. And when Stiz started popping, they wanted to do something. Again, they brought circle back to it. So the show happened. Christmas wasn't a part of it because he had to go out of town at the time, so he wasn't able to be a part of it. But it was me. It was Vintage, it was Replay, it was Stiz, and it was Lino. And it was Caev and Rams 2 at the beginning and Smash Bros DJing. But that shit was magical, bro. That shit was crazy.
Do you feel like you were like fully aware of the motion that you had back then? Like, do you
Not
wish
really.
you look back and kind of like lived in the moment a little bit more? Is there anything?
Yeah, just
you have now that you do things
yeah.
differently?
Like I would have made merch back then. I never made like OG Swaggerdick merch like that. I would have like
OG Swaggerdick.
Well, what
'Cause I
about
wanted
the?
to-
What about the?
I
what
did
is
the
it?
hoodies
All
and
my,
shirts.
All my.
oh
what is it,
the
all the
whole
homies
squad
are
gay.
gay? Yeah,
That was
like-
a whole that was the whole squad gay shirts. Yo, so that started from a joke.
You had
This,
niggas wearing this?
Yo, so it started from a joke from this writer named Ernest Baker. Like, he was huge at the time. Like Drake fucked with him. Was like his captions was like walking the room like Ernest Baker. Like it was he was that big, bro. He made the title for What a Time to Be Alive. He made that. Drake was like, what should I name this shit? And he told him. Like, yeah, bro. And we was hanging with that nigga, but at the time he posted a picture with the homie Brian and another homie Alex, who actually is a writer now and writes for The Bear. He fucking posted a picture of them three and the caption said whole squad gay. And bro, I kept crying to that shit. I thought that shit was so funny, bro.
Like I gotta.
It was
do
the
something with
funniest thing ever. And then the homie Brian ended up making the shirts. It was limited, but I wore my shit so much that people wanted them, and we ended up doing it again. Like a couple years ago.
But looking back, you definitely would have. I think capitalized.
They would have capitalized on merch, and I would have
I could make right in
just-
those basement parties. Man,
I would have reached.
do-rags.
I tried to do that. I was having trouble with the do-rags though, so that was a problem. But what's it called? And then certain things too I couldn't get because of my name. Like I was supposed to do a collab with 47, but I think due to my name we couldn't do it because corporate. Yeah, but it was being associated with the name. I think it wasn't about the design, just being associated with the name. I think that was the big part of it. But
I feel like they weren't thinking big picture. I feel like that'd make it sell more. People would be like, "What?"
Yeah.
And they be engaged in it.
you feel me? But
Seems like it's
yeah, I would
a
have just.
double-edged sword. Like, as
I
much
would've
success
probably,
as it's bringing you, it was
I don't know, looking back, just try to capitalize more on it. Like, knowing what I know, because I also didn't know things back then. We, as a collective, we're just learning. Like, we didn't have anybody, so just learning a lot of shit. So, knowing what I know now, probably like just took a lot more into my own hands as far as, like, just looking on Spotify, seeing what my fans are doing shows and stuff and shit like that.
I feel like from the outside looking in, though, you definitely tapped into it when you could. Like the whole squad is gay. Even like the slides that you had.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so
doing
I
shit
did
like
have
that.
merch, but like,
You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah. I would have did way more merch. Is what I'm saying. Like, I would have
Gotcha.
really like teed up, but it taught me what I know now though. So like, I don't regret it. It's all a
that's
learning
how it's
lesson.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Living in the past, but it's supposed to, get wiser as you go. And in that time that you went to LA, what made you want to make the move? And then what ultimately ended up bringing you back?
Making a move was because Russell Simmons was like, "You live here?" I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "You scared?" I was like, "Nah." And I thought about it. I was like, "I'm not scared." I never really thought about living out here. And I was just like, oh, "Okay." And I was like, "I ain't got a job." And he was like, "Yo, get somebody on the phone." Got him on the phone. Got me an interview. Didn't end up getting that job, but had a job in
Was it like
transfer.
all Def Digital?
No. It was for some food shit. But I transferred. I transferred and then went out to LA and I was there. And LA was a crazy time, bro. It was a crazy
Just
time.
like that, bro. You say, "Yo, get someone on the phone."
Bro, picture this like, okay, because we were friends with like people. So like Christmas at the time was cool with Mac. And then we all got cool with Mac. And then we was cool with just like people out there. So that and bro, like the homie had a rental that everybody was just driving. When I got out there, started driving it. We just had crazy ass moments and just crazy ass people at our crib, bro. At one point, there was one day, it was all right, I'm gonna tell you about this story. So Brockhampton was sleeping at our house, the whole Brockhampton. So the next day, Playboy Cardi comes to our house and Skepta, 2015. Playboy Cardi, that's when he dropped Broke Boy and shit. He was going crazy. Yeah. So
this is even before self-titled type.
yeah. It was when he dropped Broke Boy. So he was going crazy from that. And so it was him, Ian Connor, Glenn Brown, and Skepta, and then like a couple, like somebody else. That's hilarious. But yeah, it was all them in the crib, bro. Like all them in the crib rapping on a beat. It was Playboy Cardi and Skepta making a song that was produced by Skepta and Goodwin.
Do you got the song? You don't got to play for. I would just want to hear this myself.
Song, definitely, but to leak it, nah, I would never. Like somebody actually did.
His fans are crazy, bro.
His fans are crazy. Somebody actually hit me and was like, "Yo, you got the song? I'll buy it off you." And I was like, "That's wild."
That is wild.
I was like, even if I had it, I wouldn't do it. That's crazy.
I mean, that price, like maybe if the price was sweet enough. Integrity.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know. I mean,
I would say 500,000.
500,000. That song is getting out of here. Yeah, definitely. 500,000. That's a different story. But like, I wasn't really, thinking about none of that. But what's it called? Yeah, he did 2 songs, I believe, and then that night he also did the Shout Out remix.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah.
He did that.
I always wondered how the fuck did Playboy Cardi know about that song?
It never came out though, because
it's on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It ended up getting leaked, but it never officially dropped.
Yeah.
I think Stills was just trying to figure out what he was doing to his project, and the nigga Ian tweeted like, "Yo, Shout Out remix featuring Cardi dropping tonight." And he was like, "Bro, what? Like what?
That's crazy." I remember hearing that for the first time in college. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know Playboy Cardi knew Cousin Stills."
Yeah,
because like, if he made a remix to the song, then he clearly knows who he is.
Yeah,
bro. I was like, "Oh, that's dope."
But they was all under the same roof.
All under the same roof.
So LA, I don't know, like how did that kind of change the trajectory of where things was going with the music and everything like that?
Shit. So I went to a bunch of parties in LA and they was trash because everybody just were all black and stand. I was watching the episode where actually shout out to homies Felix and Giles. And Felix was saying you really just gotta go out and be fly. Like if you go out, that's a plus, but if you fly, that's like a real plus. So I was fly, and then I was dancing. So that's a real plus because nobody else is dancing. Especially at that time. I don't know about now, but at that time, nobody was. So like, it'd be like, who's that nigga dancing with this fit on? Who is this? And I just dip out a party, and then that was it.
Yeah,
but
the lore is there.
I met
so,
people
who
like
was
that.
nigga?
And then one party was like my first party I went to. I think Dom Kennedy's people threw it. It was in the hills. That shit was crazy. Left Brain was there. Yeah, I just pulled up with a couple people. It's funny, I was with this girl, Samaya from Love and Hip Hop.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. But she was there, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, nigga. That's Samaya from 11 Hip Hop. That shit was wild. But she was with us, bro. She was with us, and Left Brain was at the party. Fucking Our Future. What's that nigga's name? He's a skater. Short nigga, light skin. He had an afro. Kevin something.
I couldn't tell.
No, was he an artist too?
No, not Kel. Kevin something. He's his homie though. But he was there, nigga, and he hit me with the, I got you, yeah. I was like, who the fuck is this short nigga? But yeah, he was there, and then I found out he was a pro skater literally the next day because I seen him in a Nike commercial, and I was like, that's fucking wild, bro. I was just with this nigga. Who else? There was mad people at that party. Dom Kennedy walked by me, and I was high as shit, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Dom Kennedy!" And I was luckily like the party was like it was mad music and shit. And
you don't want to be that nigga that's like fanning out.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
nobody was paying attention, but I said that shit, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I just and I just went back to do what I was doing.
I don't know if that's the time to be like, "Yo, I'm a fan."
Like, bro, I really just did that.
Get this nigga out of here,
bro. He walked right by me, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" I was just like shocked. But at that party, I met a dude by the name, he was going by Go Dreamer at the time, and he was like, yo, OG, love your music, blah, blah, blah. I work at Big Boy Studio, and like, around that time, like, LA is LA, bro. When people tell you, like, yo, let's get up, I'm like, bet. Because it don't really happen.
Yeah.
It usually never happens.
Let's work, but never work.
I don't even know. I think everybody's just so busy with their own shit, bro. Like, niggas just get busy. I don't even know. It's just typical LA shit, but this nigga actually hit him. And we ended up linking, and he was cool with Our Future and them, so I got cool with them through him. And I got my first HBO placement through him too, because we made the song. Yep, Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Because we made the song, and it was just one hot ass day in his studio. And I was making the song because the dabbing that was cool at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making a song and like, yo, niggas gonna dab to this, but that never came out, and he ended up sending it to Silicon Valley people on HBO, and that's how I got my first placement.
That makes so much sense.
So, like, it helped me in that sense, like, just with connections and stuff.
Did anyone try to change you while you was out there? Because like
bro.
You became who you were from being the unique character that you were, making
Nah,
videos
bro.
that you were, and doing all the shenanigans, and then get into LA. Was there any influences like I kind of got to switch up how I do my music now, or you just stayed true to yourself?
Nah, bro, I did what I wanted. Like I did what I wanted, bro. I did the same thing I did when I was here.
I was gonna say it worked here.
It was the same thing. Niggas respected it. Niggas was cool with me. You know, nothing, no trouble, no nothing. Cause same way, bro. It's just love. Like people can see that and people can feel it. So like, I feel like I've had a lot of luck of running into a lot of good people, like in the industry. So I haven't really had like weird. I've had a couple, but nothing crazy. But my position, I love it because I'm like, I'm a niggas that niggas know, or niggas might know, but not the like most popular friend. So like I get to see like who's real and who's not by how they treat me.
How they treat you, yeah, exactly.
I've seen people they would offer people drinks and not me, and I'd be like, I mean that's cool, but like I peep like how you move and shit, like just weird stuff like that, you know, just like blatant like you are the extra person, like treating you like that. But I've also been around people that have treated me just like I was supposed to be there, and that's also great. Yeah, you know, shout out those people.
So when you talking about like really, really cool people you met, I imagine Eric Andre is one of those people that you have a cool relationship with. Like he hosted Views from the Dick. Yeah. Like how did y'all even like link up?
So when he posted my tape, so he was at a comedy show. I guess heard my music apparently, and I guess somebody that was a fan of me had a comedy show that he went to, and he was playing it, and basically, one day I remember I was working at this valet job and I had put my 2 weeks in. And that day, I seen one on Twitter and a couple people tweeted. Yeah, that day a couple people tweeted me and it was like, "Yo, Eric Andre just posted you," and I was like, "Fuck!" I heard him around that time. I knew who he was, but I wasn't like deep into his stuff. And then I seen he posted me and that shit went up, and I was like, wow. And I just kept getting hit up from mad people and stuff. Mad people. From then on, we just stayed in contact, got his number, and just would, you know, just catch up every once in a while, you know, just whatever. And he would hit me like, "Yo, you got to perform at my birthday party." So I'm like, all right, getting out there for his birthday party. And it's me and Cardi on the set list. And who else? It was me, Playboy Cardi, Fat Tony, I forgot who else. Tyler, the Creator, was there. I talked to him, fanned out a little, so I was like, I had to turn around. I was like, I don't want to be awkward because I was like, "Yo, I love you," and he was like, "I love you too," and that shit just threw me off. It threw me off because I was like,
he's probably one of those people that's like, I can have that moment, it won't be weird. Cause
I was like, does he know? Like, my anxiety just kicked in. I was like, does he know who I am? Like, I was just asking my questions. I was just like, and I went to talk to a dude named, I don't know. I didn't find out.
You might have said that he's the type of.
And I went to talk to Blake Anderson after. But this shit was mad funny, bro. But yeah, just stayed in contact, bro. And he wanted me to be part of the show. Went there.
You know, featuring on this show.
Yep. So I went in. First person I seen is Lil Yachty getting mic'd up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I had seen him before at a show. So I went up to him. And then I just started seeing mad people. Seeing Murs, like a legend in LA. Fat Tony, seeing Zach Fox, Danny Brown, that Trippie Redd, and it was just all of us just like watching, because it was the episode with Zach Fox, Trippie Redd, and Lil Yachty. We were just watching them get their shit. And then after that, Freddie Gibbs popped out, met him. Stiz already knew him, and Joe, and my homie Joe was there with me, so we got acquainted or whatever, and we had the episode together. It was me, him, Fat Tony, and Kuko. Me, him, Fat Tony, and Kuko, and that shit was pretty funny.
Nah, they had you on like some ropes.
Yeah, so I was on a harness. I was getting tased. Yeah, I had a dominatrix slapping me. I don't think they showed it on the show, and he was putting like fake poop, like trying to put it in my face.
It's like some
Rap Ninja Warriors. Yeah. So it's like a game show, the Ninja Warriors. So he basically like a spinoff of that. Shit was crazy. I love that shit. I'll do that shit for the rest of my life, man. Shit like that, for real, for real. I'll do shit like that for the rest of my life. I love that shit.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you ever see yourself going into like media, like having your own show, or like is that something that you want to do at some point?
Yeah,
I think you definitely should, bro. I could see it.
Definitely would.
I could see it.
That happen already?
I mean, I guess I got it with Let Out Boys, so I'm really trying to figure out like how I want to attack it with that.
I want more episodes. What's going on?
We got episodes coming up.
Okay.
I'm doing some shit with DVD Couture now.
Okay.
Partnering with Let Out Boys, and we got the first episode coming out with Side Street Capo.
Mm-hmm.
So he's from out here. Nice as fuck. We got a music video coming out with him. But I'm figuring out how I want to attack it, like media wise.
I feel like Little Boys is very like, I want to say like documentary / like slice of life kind of content. You know what I mean?
Literally what it is, yeah.
I also would love to see like actual like comedy that you're creating or writing or that, you know, you're also putting out.
Yes, I would
that's
love to get into that, yeah.
Killing that lane, bro.
100%, man. I love comedy. I think that shit is, I'm not like a big like, I know all the comedians and stuff, but I just love laughing. I love making people laugh.
It's on the top 3 list. I'm a stand-up comedy connoisseur myself.
See, I watch stand-up, but not like that. To be like, yo, my top 3 and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not about to lie like Richard Pryor. Like, yeah, like I watched Chappelle shit. Cat Williams when I was little, you know, watched all that. Monique, Martin Lawrence, Def Comedy Jam, you know, all of them. Yeah, I watched all of them, bro. So they were all definitely like a big part of like my upbringing, especially the Wayans brothers, John Witherspoon, the show Martin, big part of my shit. I feel like I get a lot of my shit from the Wayans brothers too, like just inspirations and stuff. I think that's why I do a lot of characters. I think between like that and maybe like Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, what brought you back from LA though?
I missed home, and I think I was just like, I don't know, I just wanted to come home. And I wasn't finding my groove, but when I was about to move, I found my groove. But then I was about to move, so like.
You didn't have like second thoughts, like maybe I should wait, hold
on. I was like, I'm going home. Yeah.
Do you feel like the traction was the same when you got back home?
Yeah, I mean, we had a movement now, so like it was different.
What year was this?
So I moved back, it's like 2000, same year towards the end of 2015. Yeah, it was different. Like it was much different. It's much different.
Anything, I don't know, like, did pride play a part in any of it in terms of like, I was in LA, now I'm back? Does it feel weird being back?
Nah, I was just like, I'm not missing anything when I came back here. Because I thought I was missing something. I had FOMO. Because a lot of shit was going down in Stitches, drop Suffolk County, like mad shit. So like, we had shit on fire out here, you feel me? Like, we had a real movement going on. So like, I wanted to be back home because I was just homesick. And LA is different, like, you know, it takes about, people say like a year to get settled. And I feel like I was about to in like 6 months, but it was just different. And I just wanted to come back home. And I think I was meant to come back home too. I think it was meant to come into fruition like this because of how I am and like what I dealt with like mentally and stuff. I felt like I needed to come back home and really build my character in a sense and things like that. So,
any part of you like lost?
Yeah.
In an area like LA?
Not
a lot of dreamers out there. A lot of people.
Not lost. I knew what I wanted to do. Just more so like needed inspo and I don't know. I just wasn't. I was doing stuff out there, but I wasn't like. I think I was the same. I would say. I feel like.
Did any part of it kind of like when you're in LA? You got a small fish. I want to say you're a small fish, but you're a fish among.
Yeah, among a ton of people. Yeah.
This huge ocean versus being in Boston, where now you're a bigger fish.
Yeah.
Maybe like type shit. You know what I mean? It stands out a little bit more.
Yeah.
That motion feels different. When you go out, you have a function. You know, everybody out there, that's love. Like, you know, does any of that play part?
Nah, not really. Nah, because it was I started meeting my people out there. So, like, it was, I don't know. It wasn't that, I would say. I think more so just like sometimes being like it's not being with your peers. I think that was a little bit of it, and just having like low self esteem too. Like just a little bit of that. Just like I feel like played a little part in it. Just want to come back home and just figure stuff out.
When y'all started, I'm sorry to cut you off. But when y'all started as friends doing it with the homies.
Yeah.
And now you don't have that as much. And it's like that was kind of what was fun about it in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, so like we all moved around the same time, so I think we all kind of like tried it out and just like moved back. And some people moved back, like Stiz and Tim. I know they end up going back and stuff. And like I want to go back. Like I love it out there. Like when I go now, it's much different than how it was. But I just feel like all in all, I just needed to come back at the time. I think it was just like I went through it, and I could have stayed definitely, but I don't know. I wouldn't have my son if I didn't come back. You feel me? That's how I look at it. So I was meant to come back for a reason in my eyes.
No, but that's like the lines I was going with. More so, like I think and we're seeing it ourselves. Just as we get older, it's a little harder to balance friendships. And I can imagine, you know, as your friends are doing their own things in their own world and finding success in whatever it is that they're doing, that you're like, oh, we don't see each other as often. We don't talk as often. You know what I mean? You look back, you're like, damn, like she used to be sweet. You know,
I used to be scared of that.
Yo, let's go do some shit.
I used to be scared of that at the beginning because the way Christmas and Stiz's trajectory was trajectory was they like shot up fast, and like mine was like a steady but slowly thing, and I was like, damn, these niggas finna leave. I'm finna like not have my friends. They finna be mad busy and stuff. Yeah. It was more like a fear of being left behind thing. But then I had to like really. I seen a quote on Twitter one time that said like basically, like comparing your success to others like just steals away from yourselves. Yeah, it's the thief of joy. So I was like, yeah, I gotta stop comparing myself because like my niggas always reminded me you're just as good, you know, like all that stuff. It's just nice and all that, and just spoke positivity into me and love like we all did each other. And just realizing like, bro, if we're friends, we're friends. Like that shit's not gonna change it. Like it could, but like most likely not gonna. It's just like, but that too, like you can, yeah. Like there's times where me and Stiz won't go for talking for some time, and then we'll talk like nothing. Like we did, yeah, bro. Like it was yesterday. Yeah, like even me and Christmas, like it happens. Like it's just growing. It's just like you're not always gonna be together growing up.
Growing up.
It's not about the quantity of interactions. It's about the quality of it. It's like every time I do get up with you, life gets busy. I can't blame you.
Yeah, bro.
And
like
you don't hit me up every week to know.
Yeah, bro. Like these niggas are my son's uncles. You feel me? Like the last time Stiz was here, we was all at their spot they were staying at, and I had my son with me, and he was just, this is something we all imagined. We all like wanted like a squad baby. Like, yo, one day we gonna have a squad baby. That's my son.
Who's gonna have the kid first?
My homie Wari said I'll be the first, and I was like, man, fuck you. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be the first one. But everybody kept saying that, and they kind of like, so it's funny because your friends see stuff that you don't really see in you. It was like, if it was gonna be anybody, bro, it was gonna be you.
Why they say that?
Because they were like, bro, like if anybody, they're like, if anybody else had a baby, I'd be worried.
Oh shit.
It was like that. Like one of the homies was like, bro, if it was anybody that wasn't you, nigga, I'll be worried. And I'm like, nigga, I look at you as the more mature one. Like he said that. It was just like one of those things where it's like you're like, it's the way I handle myself, I guess, was just like you seem like you're more fit to like becoming a father, like before all of us right now, type shit. And like I was with my girl and stuff, so. But I kept saying like, nah, Christmas gonna be the first one. Fuck that. Like it's not gonna be me. Stop trying to put that shit on me. Yeah, and I did be the first one. It was funny when I was, and I told him I told the homie like, yeah, that I was having a baby, and he was dying because he was like, I knew it, nigga, I knew it. I mean, he's like, I'm not gonna say that, but I knew it. I told you he was gonna be the first one.
So when you found out that news, what were the emotions that came to you?
Overwhelmed. I was just like a little like. Naturally, you know, like, how am I gonna, you know, take care of a baby? You feel me? But I was also like, having a baby. Like, this is fire, too. You know? And then I read a book, and then, like, naturally, like, all dads, like, when you first hear it, you're kind of, like, a little, like, because, you know, you're a man, and, you know, you got a family to take care of. Especially if you love your people, you know. Yeah, it's just like yeah. So you just wonder, but as the time gets closer, it gets fun. Start seeing the baby kick in the stomach and stuff, and like all that. I talk to her stomach all the time. So like when he was born, like me and him was like this for real. Yeah. That's my dog. Yeah, for real. That's my little man's, bro. Yeah, he's the one, bro. He's the one. That's my dog. For real. That's my dog, bro.
I was trying to tune it out. I'm just like, I can't
playing. You feel me?
I can't tune it out.
Hey, I'm the being skirting around. It's just me and my twin. We go together like Barbie and King. She sucking my dick and I'm making ends. And I'm ballin'. You know in the function, throwing